Hi everybody. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about self-talk and how if you have the energy or the spirit or willingness to do it, you can really change your life and your mood and your behavior, just starting with your thoughts. You know, so there's a type of therapy called CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and it involves just what I was talking about, changing your thoughts and thereby changing your mood and your behavior. And it's all in a triangle. I'm just going to write it out really quick. But the idea is that even without medication, if you are in therapy and you work, you can change your mood based on changing your thoughts. Oh my gosh, my handwriting is really horrible because so if you change your thoughts, you can affect your mood and vice versa. But before we talk about changing your thoughts, I want to talk to you about this other concept in psychology that I think is important because we all do it and we all experience it. And it's called projection. Basically, it's when somebody's emotions are sort of thrust on you and you feel a certain way after an encounter with this person. So it's happened to me before, but I'll tell you a brief story. So I was in the grocery store and I was having a pretty good day. It was my day off and buying food and like life is good. It's my day off. So I get up to the counter and the girl is like really salty with me, just like I'm the worst customer ever. I don't know what I did wrong. I think she was just having a bad day, but at the time, it really affected me. And as I was leaving, I felt like flustered and sad and frustrated. And I thought like, what just happened here? Me being kind of a curious person and liking to learn about behavior and emotion. So the thing that happened is projections. Someone has a lot of anger or anxiety and it just like kind of bubbles over the top and it lands on you. So if you're having an okay day and then you have a chance encounter with someone, and then your mood goes from here to here, you might have experienced someone projecting onto you. And it doesn't even have to be words. It could be it could be like body language. If you're walking through the hallway at school and people just like, roll their eyes, or the point is that if you are paying attention, then you'll know that you're fine and then suddenly you're not. And you don't have to let someone else's mood or words impact you so greatly that you're going to give up your emotional control to that person. There's a book by Eckhart Tolle where he talks about sort of being a beach ball on top of the ocean and being tossed around by the waves and being at the whim of whoever you come into contact with. But if you go deeper and you practice mindfulness and you pay attention to how you feel inside, just like going deeper under the ocean, then you hardly feel the swells and the move of the ocean. So, just pay attention to how you're feeling and pay attention to whatever sort of like verbiage is going on in your mind. So talking about negative self-talk, I'll tell you another story. I have 3 kids and they're they're older now, but I've packed 3 lunches every single day for the last, I don't know how many years, but I'm pretty sure I'm up into the thousands. But in the beginning, I was a young mom, and on this one particular day, it was Valentine's Day, and my oldest daughter came home, and she was just in kindergarten, and she was really sad and upset, and she said, "Mom, all my friends had notes from their moms and candy because it was Valentine's Day, and you didn't put anything in my lunch," and she was really sad, and she had cried at lunch, and I just felt terrible, and I thought, I'm a lousy mom, or I'm a bad mom, and you get these I got this like thought in my head, and it sat with me for a little while. But then, okay, I had a visitor. So then, but I am not a big believer in like sitting on negative thoughts and letting them tear me up inside. To me, that's like the equivalent of like eating glass. It's just tearing you up inside. Like, why would you do that? If you recognize it and you're paying attention, you can stop it. So what you do is, if you have a negative thought like that, I'm a bad mom, you have to take it and bring it to trial. Basically, you're going to say, what is the evidence that that's true? Well, the truth is that on one sheet of the paper, one side of the paper, I would write like, you forgot to pack a Valentine's Day lunch for your most beloved child, and she cried at school and she felt really sad. And so there's the evidence that it's true. I screwed up. I should have done it differently. But on the other side, in order to tear that thought down, I'm going to say, what's the evidence that you're a good mom? What's the evidence that that statement's not true? The evidence is that I've packed her lunch every single day for years, and for the whole entire kindergarten, and every other day I did a really great job. And I always bring them to their doctor's appointments, and I read to them at night. And there's a lot of things that I do that would put me into someone would regard as being a good mom. So normally I do a great lunch. Normally I pack love notes in their lunch, and so that the evidence is greater that I'm not a bad mom. So if you have a negative thought, you need to bring it to trial, or like be a policeman for your own thoughts, so that they don't like pick up momentum and you don't end up ruminating on it all night long. Because like I said, if your thoughts are like rubbish and garbage, then it's going to drive your mood down. And then when your mood is low, it's going to affect your behavior. That's what my chicken scratch says, in case you didn't know. It's going to affect your behavior, and then you're not going to want to like exercise or play with your friends. So pay attention to what you're thinking, and you have control of that. I think of it as like your brain has like lots of thoughts. It's like the programming on the TV. If you were watching something right now, instead of watching this recording, you would say like, okay, this is a good show, I like it. But if a commercial came on, you would change the channel because you don't want to watch a stupid commercial about like whatever. By the way, if you don't know what a commercial is, ask your parents. I know nowadays usually we're just on Netflix and there's no commercials. But so a commercial is something that pops on, you don't want to watch it. You would change the channel. You have a clicker, you have a remote. Well, in the same regard, we are in control of our own thoughts. And if you don't like the way things are going, you can try to knock that thought down by bringing it to trial, like I said. Or you can try other techniques, like trying to distract yourself with music. You can blast your music so you can't even hear your thoughts. Or you can snuggle with your lovely pet to feel better, or do something else to lift your mood. But today we're just talking about thoughts. So another story about how my thoughts have almost got the better of me. I'm kind of a shy person, and I'm kind of introverted, and I don't really like to go into situations where there's like groups of people already talking, and then I have to like enter into the room and introduce myself and sort of like, play nice and be social. It's hard. I have to push myself. So on this particular day, I wanted to visit my good friend who's really just a very nice, happy person. So if I need like a little goodness fix, I'll go and see her and spend some time with her. So I called her and she said, yeah, come on over. So I drove over, and then when I pulled up to her driveway, I noticed that there was another car parked there, and it's not her husband's car, it's someone else's car. And I thought, okay, so someone else is visiting her, because she's just the type of person that people will stop by and see because she's just that nice. And I kind of didn't want to walk in and on their visit that was already taking place. So I started to pull away, and I was going to text her like something came up. But then the little policeman in my mind said like, well, maybe that thought isn't quite accurate. Maybe she has, maybe she really does want to see you. Maybe it's someone she wants to introduce you to. Maybe that person just showed up and she was really anticipating you. I don't know. I thought I'm just going to push past it. And if it's someone new, then I'm just going to go and say hi and meet a new friend, I suppose. So I parked my car and I went in, and lo and behold, it was the children's piano teacher who was just finishing up a lesson and who was leaving. So it actually turned out to be a really great video and a great visit. And she said, it helped her like transition from lessons onto like the next part of her day. And it was nice. But I never would have been able to do that if I didn't push past that thought and challenge the thought that like she already has company, she really doesn't want to see me, or it's going to be awkward. So you have to challenge yourself if you want to overcome the anxiety, and it's totally possible. It's totally doable. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. So try it. Try these techniques and ask your therapist about CBT, and be aware of like your own thoughts, and if they're rubbish, just throw it out. Okay. All right. Well, take care. I hope you have a great day. Okay. Bye.